Drew Adams up here in Denver, and first race back since the collarbone injury. How have you been feeling over the last few weeks in practice?
Been feeling good, you know. We've mixed it up with some outdoors and some Supercross just to get that tone back in either way, and just been working on getting fitness back. So, but yeah, feeling good laps and bike setup's good, and just looking to get some laps in.
Do you feel 100%? I mean, collarbones usually heal pretty quickly, not too big of a deal.
Yeah, I feel 100% for sure. You know, the collarbone injury was only short, but then I tried to ride 2 weeks after surgery, and I ended up having a back injury in the same crash at Glendale. So I compression fractured my T6, T7, and T8 vertebrae in my back, and that's why it's kind of taken a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And, bit longer of a wait just because you don't really want to mess around with that stuff and come back too soon. So, but I feel 100%, and I honestly feel better than I did before. So
That's
we'll
good.
see
Yeah,
how it goes.
the compression fracture in the vertebrae seems to be like there's been a bunch of those in the last year or so.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Any thoughts on what might be contributing to that? It's hard to say.
Going
right?
fast on a dirt bike,
Yeah,
I guess, getting
yeah.
a little loose sometimes. But no, that was I've done my back before, just around the same area, and to be honest, the first time was a little bit worse. It was just smaller compressions, but still, you know, you don't want to, you know, kind of mess around with that stuff. And
Yeah.
the more you ride, the more that it could get compression. So.
Yeah, more aggravation.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 rounds left in the Supercross West Series. Was it important to come back for these last 2 just to get some gate drops and get that race intensity?
Yeah, that was kind of what I was looking forward to. Just get gate drops and get back to the competitive, because I think, you know, if you sit at a training facility for 10 weeks before a outdoor season, I don't think the first couple rounds are going to go that good. So I just wanted to get back into the competitive racing and obviously get more laps on Supercross. That was my goal this year. So I was just thinking, you know, if I'm feeling 100%, just why not? Let's just do it, you know. And I honestly, I like racing Supercross more than I like racing outdoors. I think just
Interesting.
because it's a bit more cooler in my opinion. I don't know why, but
No, that's fair, I think.
I think
the lights, the crowd.
Yeah. So I wanted to do it, and I told the team, I was like, if I'm ready, let's just do it, you know.
I dig that. So, yeah, coming into the season, it was sort of iffy if you were going to get to race and there was a fill-in opportunity. Do you feel like you got to show what you're capable of at the round and not even a half that you were in?
No way. Honestly, the first round I was nervous and stuff, but I rode smart, you know. But at Glendale, I was obviously trying to prove a little bit more, and I think I got ahead of myself in qualifying. I was just trying to be too much of a big dog out there for being just a little dog. So, but I think that there's more to prove, and that's what I'm hoping to do with these last 2 rounds, and just show myself a little bit more and show what I have.
So that was a good lesson probably to learn. Then maybe these next 2,
for sure. Don't come out and just be like, oh, you know, I'm the best, I can do anything. I just still ease into it. Don't just get ahead of yourself.
At the one and let's call it 2 rounds that you were there for. Did anything stand out that was drastically different or surprising from doing the SMX Next rounds the year before?
There's a little bit. I think the competitions definitely stands out, and obviously longer motos and stuff like that. And I think it's still just such a big transition because you develop so much with riding out there with those faster guys, and the SMX Next, you know, they're all fast, don't get me wrong, but nothing compared to the actual pro class. So I would say that's only the really difference. You know, you're on the same track, but the motors are longer and the competition is just steeper. So that's the only big difference in my opinion.
Yeah, because you're used to racing amateur races where there's you, 2, maybe 3 other really, really fast guys.
Yeah.
And now you're out there and with everybody's at that level, right? Even the guys in the back are guys that were very good at Loretta's and top amateurs.
Yeah. So obviously a lot of the guys that I was racing in amateurs are moving up now. I got Avery Long up here, and he was one of my good rivals in the A class all last year. And but I always, in the amateur ranks, I always raced a little bit higher in my age group. So I was 14 years old. I was racing 16 and 17 years old. So a lot of the kids that I used to race moved up earlier than I did, so it's glad to be back on the track with him now.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. So a guy like Cole Davies, who's been very successful in his rookie season, do you look at that and go, okay, I beat him at Loretta's, like I can easily win races too? Or do you kind of say, well, we're two different guys, I got to take my own pace?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you always want to compare yourself to somebody. You're at home watching on the couch and you're just like, man, I was just beating that guy last year. So it's hard to watch and a tough pill to swallow, but that's the thing with injuries and getting time on the track. You just got to get the laps, and you'll only get better the more you stay out there. And I think that's what he did. And he obviously progressed over the off season really well. And I just think that I missed a step, and I just need to get that, just catching back up now, pulling on the rope.
So when you say you missed a step, explain that. Like,
just obviously all off season I was kind of planning to race SMX Futures, and I was riding a amateur bike for the whole time, and just kind of those first couple rounds, and I went in, and the injury was the step that I'm talking about. That was what I missed, and but I think that I just need to get back out there and get the laps in, and the experience will come with it.
All right, just got a few more for you. I want to talk about, since we're talking about some of your amateur competitors moving up, you were pretty dominant in amateurs, and now there may be a period of time where you're getting your butt kicked a little bit. Yeah. Are you mentally prepared for that? Like to say, okay, I'm not going to go out and be the best guy necessarily.
Yeah, before last year in my amateur career, I didn't really win a lot. In B class, I was getting smoked every weekend. I was getting third and fourth, and so I definitely learned how to lose. And I think that that's what a lot of kids don't do nowadays, is they don't learn how to lose. And then last year was a good year for me, but I still was like, okay, that's not going to happen when you go into the big bikes, so you got to be prepared for anything. But I think I learned how to lose, and it doesn't affect me. I know that I will get better.
All right, outdoors is coming up a couple weeks. I mean, you rode outdoors your whole life. So what are your expectations? How's training gone? How's testing for the bike? Are you ready?
Yeah, I feel very ready for outdoors, to be honest. I know I'm racing Supercross this weekend, but I'm also like itching to get outdoors just because, that's what we've ridden our whole lives. And I feel great. I did some testing in Cali at Paula, where we're racing. So bike feels good, and I felt really strong. And I think that we could get some moto wins, maybe some overalls this year.
All right, last one. So you spent a lot of time training with the Lawrence brothers at the Dog Pound. And some of your competitors are out there too, guys like Seth Hamaker, Chance Hymas. Is it good to ride with your competitors, or is it sometimes a little bit difficult knowing that, hey, they're seeing what I have, I'm seeing what they have, maybe I don't have what they have yet?
I mean, for me, it's really good, just because Seth is a title contender right now, and Chance obviously has that win under his belt, and they're all really good, and I think they're a little bit better than me right now, and I'm good to admit that. And so it's good for me to ride with them every day and watch them. And Jet and Hunter, obviously, they're not on Supercross anymore, but even outdoors, you can just learn everything every day. And I'm very thankful that they'll let me do that with them every day, because like some people don't always want that kid watching them and learning off of them, but they're good people for letting me do that. So I think it's a great opportunity.
All right, I'm put you on the spot. Next weekend, does Seth pull it off? That 250 East is tight.
I really hope he does. I'm praying at night, crossing my fingers for him, and let's hope it all goes his way. And I pray for him.
Awesome. Well, Drew, good to have you back. Appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, thank you.